Sometimes I dream of long, wide landscapes, non-Euclidean geometry, towering spires, impossibly high, creatures not of this world or of really any world. I dream of light and darkness and desire and hate. And I think to myself, man, wouldn't it be great to be a cultist? Hi, this is ChundoVO, and this is Cultist Simulator. We're gonna figure out how to best be a cultist. Alone in this chilly city with my useless education and my dreams, what now? Could I become something more? Well, we're gonna try. Just like real life, what we have here is our cards that we can use to work with. Like this, our little work button right here. So I put the card in here, and we have another shift at the hospital. Another ship, mopping the darkened hallways, delivering post to hollow-eyed invalids, trundling corpse-laden gurneys to the basement. And I start, the timer goes, and 10 seconds go by. That's your life going by. Halfway through your shift, the head porter beckons you aside. We won't require your services any longer, he says. Here, your last payment. We've paid you through the end of the month. I have lost my job. At least now I have a little more time to rest, and my health improves. Look at that. I have money and health. Well, I need to earn a living somehow at some point. Oh, also, I learned how to dream. Since, you don't learn how to do that reflexively. So I've got some money, I've got my health, which is good. It all began when I spoke to the old man in the hospital. He knew my name, but he's dead now. The pneumonia. Why do I dream of him still? What is the cobalt light in my dreams? So we now have passion. We can now use health and passion in order to get our goals done for the day. As you can see, we need funds to live, but perhaps this recent upset in my circumstances is a secret blessing. Is there something to my dreams? There's a change in the air. So, it's a card-based game where you let the time go by, and you try to figure out how best to become a terrible cultist, or good-ish cultist? As good-ish as cultists can really be. There are light worshipping cultists, but backbreaking work for meager pay. Enough to support me for a little while in adequate comfort. This game is about discovery, and it's also about madness. So it's alright if you don't get through it the first time, or the second time, or the fourth or eighth time. The old man has bequeathed to me a sum of money and a packet of peculiar papers, poetry, riddles, metaphysical speculations. For the first time in months, here is some fuel for my reason. Study is unlocked. Now we have reason. We can use reason, passion, and health in order to get our goals done. No live organism can continue long to exist sanely under conditions of absolute reality. That is why we need reason, in order to reason our way out of terrible things. Which is good because we have a bequest which we can then use with reason in order to figure out our goals for cult life. If you use passion, you get a different set of lore that you can use in order to become what it is you truly want to be. Sometimes, we think of little things that don't mean too much other than the greater perceptions that we have all around us. Time, the sundial's shadow. The day is done, and so am I. Unskilled labor, as it were, only your health, the back that you use. There was a song, 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Say, Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Anyway, we're gonna we're going to see what this bequest behooved to us, and we see that we have our first little bit of lore. A watchman's secret. We put this aside because that's the stuff that is expressed like this. Each hour has its color, but color exists only where there is light. We have lucked out, and we have the light cultist one. Because sometimes you can use madness to illuminate. Anyway, let's find the bookshop so we can buy some books. We have to make sure that we still have enough money to go on. So, I suppose we'll have to find some sort of menial labor for our clerical voyances. I dreamt of nothing at all. I awoke and stretched and rose without haste. Those quiet hours have left me energized. Sometimes you can feel the buzzing of moths inside of your head. You can feel it. You can feel them flying and skirting around trying to find the light. Glover and Glover have offered me a junior position. I start at 8. Congratulations, me. I can now make the muns in order to fund myself. Scratching of pens, the sourness of dust, the sighing of younger Glover, the greedy gurgling of the elder. Sometimes work is just like that. Sometimes there's just greed and envy all around. But it's okay, because I will bathe them in light. I will bathe them in the light of my third eye. Or fourth one, whichever comes first. I would think the third one. An ill-lit street and an ill bend in a lesser river. A soft yellow light through a grimy window. Miss Moreland nods as I enter, but doesn't rise. I never ask the names of my clients, she informs me, before I have time to introduce myself. Just as well, I don't need to know my own name. Ha. The dim presences of Miss Moreland, who deals in rare and sometimes dangerous books. With books, we can learn more about the lore of the esoteric arts, as they're called. Some are stranger than others, we'll say. Oh, and it looks like we can make a friend at some point. Before we do that, though, I want to make sure we're healthy enough to go through being the leader of a cult. There's a lot of cardio involved. And we found it. An occult scrap. Secret histories are layered beneath the one we know, like the notes in rare wine. This is a detail from one of those histories. So you use that to explore, and you can find something that you wouldn't really want to be a part of, but you have to be. You have to find the secrets. Because if you don't, how will you bring light to the darkness? It's always about the light. Anyway, going back forward to what's happening, sometimes it feels like time just stops, doesn't it? But we can speed it up now. Stop, speed, but time still passes, no matter what. We're done with our job. Let's collect the muns. Let's dream a little dream for me. I could sleep in a room without colors, bleach the sheets, whitewash the walls, dye my hair, and paint my skin. Make wondrous light. Mr. Alden, the supervisor of records, has called me into his office to recognize my diligence. I watch the mole on his neck as he talks and talks and talks. But at the end of it, I have a promotion. My new position is better paid, and the desk stands by the street window. But I do work directly for Mr. Alden, and he can be very exacting. I didn't even have to read that off the card, I just knew. It's almost like I've played this before, in the fevered landscape of my own memories. Anyway, it's important to keep working so that you have money, because it will take money over time, just like in real life. And it looks like we have found something. Let's see what this is about. The Congregation of St. Felix of Schuren, a nonconformist enclave of a heterodox sect of Calvinist offshoot, Tucked away in an odd corner of the city, they belt out hymns with an unsuitable gusto in a throat-scraping language that is very much not quite Latin. Calvinists? I tend to like them a little bit more than Hobbinists. Or Hobbes's monsters from Hobbs End. Haha, Lovecraft reference. Boom. Shakala. Let's see if we can't find the name of this person in this manifesto I've read. The ideas are alluring. That happens from time to time because sometimes you just get restless. But if you get too restless, you start to dread. And the unavoidable dread starts to eat you from the inside until the darkness cancels out the light. And when there's nothing inside, then there's no point in trying to find anything that might be light. Color exists only where there is light, and the wood is the place where light does not walk. But what dreams do I dream when the light is not there? Would anyone even care? Do I? If I have enough passion, I can walk the dream road to the wood. If I have the right knowledge, I might be able to find a way beyond it. But let's not go into the woods just yet. For into the woods, darkness lies. Alright, well, I think we're in a good place, so let's go ahead and search the city. It's always nice to take a long walk through the streets, smell the stale, fetid air of human civilization and the weakness they present. What? Sorry. I haven't paused. I forgot my own name. Christo Hundizzle. That's me. Or that's who I pretend to be. But what is the pretend and what is the real? I've made so many hours of this. Who I am not. Doesn't that make it more real than anything else? More people know this than they do me, the real me. So why would it even matter if the real me was gone and the me that everyone knows became me? Maybe that's the me I should be all the time. Uncanniness can linger, you know. Those hunters are gonna try and get me, but they can't. Not with just mystique. They have to have notoriety in order to find me. Anyway, let's go for another walk, because I don't know. My head seems a little foggy, and I have to let in the light, you know? And we found the streets strange by moonlight. Sometimes in the light of the moon is a key to other spaces. I found a place where, for a night or two, the streets curve in unfamiliar ways. This is a good one to have. You can keep exploring it. If I walk here, I might find insight, or I might be touched by madness. I don't understand that because I'm the only sane one here. Of course, even by the touch of madness, I would be able to distract from it. Because the light inside of me is much greater than the darkness of any madness. That's for sure. More than anything else, my light shines through. See? Fascination. I'm fascinated by it. The beauty of the moon and the light in the dark. Oh, hi, Porter. Porter was a barber until the court case. I believe him. Light leaks through the cracks. My mind is brighter than it ever was. The higher I rise, the more I see. That's what fascination means to me. Well, if I'm going to be doing as much walking as I had, I think it's important for me to be as healthy as I possibly can be. Right. I believe that it is time to grow higher and stronger than we could. Bandied together. Alone is not the way to go, especially when illumination is what we can achieve. The enlightenment of two souls is greater than the darkness that could ever be hidden by other mortal men. Which we are. but perhaps we won't. Anyway, I think I founded a mystical organization. There we go. Oh, I think I need something extra, though, in order to make it last. What could that be? Maybe I can go ahead and increase my health, and then I must choose my founding principles. The Mirror of Glory, yes. Yes, of course. How else to create more light but to reflect it off of oneself, and then use another mirror and you can have that really cool optical thing where you just fade into yourself. Like The Last Jedi, that one scene. And of course, yeah, Porter, we can be bestie bros in the Mirror of Glory. MOG, you know what I'm saying? Our light will burn the world. Okay, great. So now we actually have a cult. But what do we do now? I mean, it feels like the only thing we should do is make more friends. Yes, Mr. Alder, I understand. You want more of my reason. You want more of my enlightenment. I will allow my enlightenment to be exchanged for ill-gotten money. Because I need it in order to eat ramen. But soon. Soon. I don't know. I don't know what happens after I create a cult. Basically, you just try to make the cult stronger, and you have to find lore in order to do that. Like, Moreland Shop, you can go there and get books with funds, of course, buy books, and then you can read those books, and sometimes it's lore, or a new language, or sometimes it's not that great, but usually it is at least very interesting. As all choices are, I suppose. All choices are. That's all we are, is the equalization of our choices. It's all just a mathematical equation. More enlightenment, I suppose. This game can get a little fast if you just use fast forward. Because you forward fastly. My god. Of course. So I can use the fast forward to forward fastly into situations where I do not have the slowness to count. Anyway, let's make some more friends with the talk icon. I have this guy, who's an acquaintance. He hasn't been, actually inducted into the fold. That all comes later. We talk about our Mirror of Glory, and then we can have more people that flock to us, because of course they would. People flock to the light. They have the moths inside of their brains screaming at them to understand better what it means to be stuck inside of our dull little consciousnesses. I'm tired. I'm so very tired. What? I just came home from work. What? I hate card games. What the hell am I playing right now? I could pay for a doctor's visit. I don't need to see the doctor. I just went to the doctor. Everything's okay. Where did all this money come from? What? How long has it been? What have I been doing? Have I been lost in the dreams again? How can I get lost in dreams if I never sleep? How is that even possible? Oh, okay. Okay, fine, cool. So, all I need to do now is... I already have a place that I can search, so I just need more people to become part of the cult and then use funds in order to search it. And everything should be okay. Everything should be fine after that. I should probably increase my reason a little bit. Really what you want to do to start off with is increase your different skills, reason, health, and passion, so you can be better at leading a cult that will, at some point in time, take over the world. Or, I don't know, you can be one of those pissy little cults that's all about desire or temptation, that sort of thing. You can be those too. I don't like them because I'm the light man. I like the light. That's who I am. Oh, but now I have to enter the wood. Now I am stumbling over roots. It's tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. There's only the moon, but there's no light. I guess that makes sense, since the moon doesn't really create its own light. It only reflects the light of something that is creating energy. Oh my god. I really am so very tired. I wanted to make a video for today, but I ended up, it's been a very long work week. And I have an awareness of my appetite to want and make something, create something for you that is at least semi-good, semi-fulfilling. And I've been playing a lot of this game, or I haven't been playing any of it. One of the two, I think. I think there's a part of me that's always kept playing it. There's nothing but this game, I think, for some of me, and for none of me. Because what is truly a simulator that has to do with something so implicitly occult, rather than everything and nothing? Anyway, let's search this place. Let's see if that's okay. And you know what? I think it's time for me to stop. I feel like it is, because I'm so very tired, and I'm so very tired of the dreams without the sleep. It always keeps going, you know? It always keeps going. And there's nothing to be done but to keep going and going while this time slowly ticks away. All of it just little bars showing us our time is slowly elapsing. Anyway, that was Cultist Simulator, Bring the Dawn. If you like this, hey, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always...